welcome to episode
43?
number 43. Wow, Kolton nails it. 2 weeks away and he still nails it. Should be taking notes, Calvin. Should be taking notes.
He's lost. He's pondering. He's thinking about anime titties. I don't know, something. What's the next body pillow he wants? What's the next few cat toys he needs to buy? Nothing fetish like, just for his cat, because his cat is actually adorable. I saw it a couple months ago.
That's how it starts.
It likes to like playfully bite. But I noticed with certain cats or friends that I've made over the years is that depending on the cat, they'll just ferociously bite you, and it's either a love bite or it's like, no, we're gonna actually want to make you bleed kind of vibe. So
which one was Calvin's?
Calvin's cat's in the middle. Yeah, I played a little bit. Just no reaction from Calvin. No,
I don't know if Calvin can hear us.
I think. Yeah. Hello, buddy.
Calvin. We're
the
gonna
cat
find
sucks.
out he's
I hate you.
He's just playing like a video he recorded of himself to say he showed up for the podcast.
It's everything that everyone did during COVID. We're just like, yep, I'm here.
Are we starting?
Can you hear us?
Oh. I can't hear you guys.
You weren't even muted on Discord.
Can you hear us? Hello.
I was shit talking your cat.
No, I've just been like, when are we starting? I was sitting here like an idiot. Have we started? Hello, everybody.
Hello, yeah. All right, well, if you didn't hear
what an intro.
What episode is it, Calvin?
42.
No, 43. Kolton missed 2 weeks and he got it.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, did I say 42? So 42 was like last week. Did I say 42?
Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, fuck. I don't remember recording these podcasts at all, ever.
Oh, boy. Yeah, welcome. Boy. Glad we got Calvin's attention. It's been literally like 2 minutes of you just sitting there. We ask you a question, you kind of just sit there like, all right, I guess you got nothing to say on that. I guess we'll move on. I was like, I think...
No, I swapped my my audio device, and then like I swapped it to the correct one, and then it beeped at me. So I was like, oh, I heard it. We're good. And then I was just tabbed out. Like I thought we were waiting for someone to come.
For a second, I thought you had like a pre-recorded video of you just sitting there, so you can just turn it on and then go do whatever you want. Just yell occasionally. Yeah,
it's like the Simpsons episode when Homer's in court, or on not necessarily on trial, but like one of the attendees, and he's like trying to sleep through the entire trial by putting little googly eyes on his glasses.
Oh, classic.
Look, classic. Anyways, how's it going, these guys? I haven't been around for a couple weeks.
Yeah, we missed you.
Have you not? I literally don't remember.
Is this a fever dream to you, Calvin? Is this a joke? Dude, is our podcast a joke to you? We have 278 subscribers, true. Calvin. Get with the program.
That's a joke. I don't remember the last two podcasts. I don't know what we talked about at all.
It was all you, so you should remember.
Fuck you. Oh, you know what? I'll shut up for the rest of the show. You guys fucking talk, you assholes. What's been going on? Oh, April 1st was yesterday. Did you guys... I feel like April 1st has gotten lamer. Am I crazy? I feel like 10 years ago, everyone did a bit.
No, you just gotten older.
Is it just I got older? Dude, I was like... Back in the day, I felt like Reddit would always do some sort of event. Big gaming companies would always publish like patch notes that were ridiculous. Like Blizzard used to do like always some insane announcement like WoW 6, or like I think one time they were like, we're gonna do a WoW fighting game, and they had like tons of material on it. Yeah, I feel like it's gotten lame.
Yeah, I feel like there used to be a bunch, but I didn't see too many yesterday. I forget which one I saw IGN do their one.
Yeah, there's a couple. Helldivers I think did patch notes. There's a couple people that did patch notes still. I always like those.
That's fun.
Oh, yeah. Bandai Namco did a Elden Ring expansion one.
Oh, really?
Which was like a splash screen, and it just said Elden Ring expansion. And then it was just the text expanding for 30 seconds.
Oh, that's funny.
That's stupid. I like watched it for 20 seconds before I was like, this is a crazy long intro. And like really janky. What else? I got a bit parasocial. If you guys know who Smosh are, Two of the
No,
cast
never
members.
heard of the biggest.
Okay, two of the
Not
cast
biggest,
members
but
that got hired like 10 years ago. The
mm.
people were like, "Oh, they're always a couple," and that like sparked. This was like the beginning of the whole, "Hey, we shouldn't be parasocial." They were like, "Hey, stop, saying that. We're just coworkers." Blah blah blah. Anyways, 10 years later, so yesterday they announced they got married.
Oh,
So no one could tell for the whole day. It was very funny. No one could tell for the whole day if it was a bit or not.
Nice.
that's fun.
So it was crazy seeing like Twitter and the subreddit explode. People getting just super bad, being like trying to like look back through photos of them and see if they can see rings and stuff. Because people were like, I mean, for the first like 20 minutes, people were dead, or like the first like 6 or 7 hours, they were like, "Oh, this is a bit." And then people started being like, "Hey, here's a photo from 6 months ago, and she's wearing an engagement ring." And then they were like, "Oh, here's a photo of them getting engaged," and it was like, "Okay, that's from a year ago because he was like had a beard then." Anyways, it was this like sleuthing. It was very funny to see people
I wonder what
kind
those
of
like
trying to figure it out.
that type of person's daily life is like, because the amount of free time to go and be that parasocial, to look through a history of Twitter picture, Twitter logs, or just like scouring the
Looking
web on their
for a ring,
Instagram.
yeah.
It's like, what are you? I get like the mob mentality of like, we got to do it together, but it's like, these are all strangers doing this. This is
That was crazy. I thought it was funny. Anyways, it was very
a
funny.
Discord group just to hunt for these rings. It's
Yes,
like,
no, 100%. It looks like that shit. But it's just so funny. Like, what a good April Fool's. Because if it's true, and they did it on April Fool's on purpose, that's very funny because they knew what would happen. And then if it's false, they had so many people involved. That would be very. I don't know which one would be more impressive: the fact that you kept a relationship secret for years and then just announced that you already got married. Especially when people are so fanatical online about this stuff versus getting this many people involved in a big prank.
yeah.
But that was like the only one that I was like, "This is very funny."
Yeah, I just looked up some. I guess the Pal World people did one.
Did they?
They announced Pal World more than just pals, and it was like a dating simulator expansion.
Oh,
I guess
no.
Cyberpunk announced a floppy disk version. And then Pokemon has an app for like sleep tracking, Pokemon Sleep, or like track your sleep, whatever. They interact with Snorlax or whatever. They announced the Pokemon Sleep champion tournament.
That's funny.
It's funny. Yeah.
I'm just thinking for the Power World one where it's like, oh, Pokemon fans have already been doing that for years.
Oh God, cool.
There's tier lists.
What have you been doing with your Pokemon?
Wait, has anyone done a Power World one yet?
I'm sure.
Oh, like Smash or Pass.
Yeah, Smash or Power World.
And it's 1,000
I guarantee
Pokemon. It's like, oh my God.
Actually, I think that'd be pretty funny. We none of us really know, besides Cade, know what the pals are. So
if anyone has like an album, yeah, maybe we can find an album of all of them and do a Smash or Pass.
You want to do a Pal World Smash or Pass?
Oh Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just going back to like the fact that we are older now, and it just seems like life. And, well, yeah. It just reminds me of that.
You're 26.
27.
Oh, you're 27. Shut the fuck up.
The SpongeBob episode where it's like, where it's April Fool's, and SpongeBob has that childlike love and wonder about, I don't know, and giddiness of just pranking people, and Squidward is just over it. He's just, I hate this. I fucking just want my day to go.
Are you saying we're Squidward now? Fuck
yeah, we're
you.
Squidward now. Yeah.
No, we're not.
But then he takes it too far. So it's like if we get, Oh, I'm wondering if we would ever do an April Fool's prank that would go too far.
Yes.
Out of the four of us, well, three of us.
I don't know.
I don't think any of us would have like but none of us would want to go to the effort. I feel like good April Fool's pranks are ones that you set up beforehand. And
Calvin had an April Fool's yesterday where he said he was going to edit a whole video for us.
I said I would do that. I said if we want to do one try-hard video, I'd commit to like editing one. Because I think that'd be actually like fun to actually fully edit a video. But so maybe we'll still do that. I don't know. I think Kolton wants to edit it, which is fine. But it'd be fun to do a try-hard video with four perspectives.
For a lot of the Elden Ring footage, I was capturing it at 4K and exported it at 1080p. So I had to unstretch everything in
Oh, did you fucking record ultra wide and then just format it to 16:9?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
my
I didn't notice
God.
until like just till yesterday. I was like,
That's
fuck.
fine.
But then I
well.
managed to like unstretch it. It looks okay. It looks okay. Like it's not like for shorts it'll be fine, but
Especially if you're going from 4K to 1080. I mean, if you just do the right aspect, it should be totally fine.
yeah, that's literally it. So
No, but he recorded it at 1080, so then he's stretching. So he's stretching
Yeah.
540.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're stretching 540 to 1080.
Ah, it'll be fine.
yeah, for shorts.
It's
it'll be
just
fine,
we'll just
but-
pretend it's anamorphic.
yeah, of course.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
1.3,
boy.
1.4 anamorphic.
So last night I just made sure that whenever our next episode is, it'll be proper.
Nice.
Well, I mean, you can still do that. Just record because I mean, Elden Ring's got black bars, right?
Yeah.
So just set up the recording to not be full screen.
That's right.
I was trying to look up on Steam if there's ways to get rid of those black bars, but or just like mods
Yes.
or something. But yeah.
There's an ultra wide mod.
Mhm.
There was an ultra wide mod within like 2 days.
Oh shit.
They
Okay,
gave
I'll
it
try
out.
that.
Yeah, there's an ultra wide mod somewhere.
Yeah,
I
we
don't know if it
continued.
works with online. I think it does. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
We gotta capture all of our glory and all of our.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
I don't know
wackiness.
if you would want to do it because then you're trying to fit 16 by or like a 21:9 into 16:10, which looks like shit. I think you end up with black bars at the top and bottom, right? And then if you do want to just show the gameplay, you're gonna have the HUD on the sides clipped off. So there's like, it's like there's a reason that no one streams or record videos on ultrawides, right? Like nobody, absolutely nobody does it. And if they do the forcing. You can tell your monitor if you want, like with the NVIDIA control panel or AMD, whatever. You can force it just to run in a 16:9 mode and just do manual black bars, which is like what I do anytime that I want to play 16:9 things, which happens sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So many options. So many options. Did y'all do anything fun for Easter?
Easter. No, not really. Just had dinner
Yeah,
with
because
the
we're so
fam.
religious, so hyper. That's me and
Just
Kate.
spending time with family. I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Oh, you
What
hate
were-
you hate religion
Really
and
too
family.
fast. I hate religion, family.
Family.
No, I didn't do anything. I did something. I can't remember what the fuck I did.
Did you go on a little Easter egg hunt? Did you hide some eggs for people?
Calvin just went to the park to the local Easter egg hunt.
Just
I just
started-
wandered in. It was just 50 kids and then me. And I'm like
body
throwing
checked all of
kids
them.
out of the way. Yeah, just picking them
Yeah.
up and throwing them out of the way, turning into eggs. They're like, who's the man throwing children around?
Oh god.
Boy.
And then you get into a fight with the actual like Easter bunny, like our person in a costume.
It's
Yeah.
just me and the Easter Bunny beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
That would have been fun. That would have been a fun.
There's always next year. There's always next year.
That would be the perfect April Fool's prank. I think we should do that.
Show up at Kari's house all wearing Easter Bunny costumes and beat the shit out of them. I agree. That would be very funny. Would
But
it
it
be a
has
hate crime? I don't know if it would be a hate crime. I don't think there's anything.
No, it has to be also the ones that have like the super creepy looking Easter bunnies. Like the ones that like look like their faces are melting off.
Oh God.
What?
There's examples of like throughout the years of just Easter bunny costumes from like here, let me look at this up. Easter bunny costumes.
Like that have melted in the heat or something and they're just terrifying?
No, they're just their faces are terrifying because it's like you're trying to do a comic-y kind of cute looking bunny, but then it's just the proportions are so uncanny looking where it's a humanoid but it's still trying to be a bunny and it just looks terrifying.
Ugh.
Here, hold on.
We want to give Kari a heart attack at his old age.
Anyways,
I think it'd be funny if that's what gave him the heart attack. Not us showing up at his house.
Yeah,
Halfway
maybe he
around
hates
the world.
bunnies.
oh, did I ever tell you a story of that happening to me?
Getting
What?
beat up by a giant Easter bunny.
No. This was when I was living alone at my parents' place. I was young at the time and stupid, but I was probably like 16. They were only gone for like a couple, like 5-6 days.
Mhm.
But I was old enough yet to live on my own, so it was all good. But
That's not living on your own, by the way.
well,
That's just your
without
parents are
any
gone.
parental guardian like around,
You were on
kind
your
of
own
thing.
for a few
I was on
days.
my own. And just you eat nothing but like junk food and terrible things, and just stay up till whatever hour that you want. And we were living on like the first floor, and I invited my friends over to come the next day, but I was up till like ridiculous hours of the night, and I had every door unlocked in my house because I was so stupid. And I told my friends, yeah, come on over whatever time you want. And then they somehow thought, oh, Kolton's not answering his phones. Let's go look at his, like, because we had sliding doors because it was a condo. And let's go look at if they're open or whatever. We can knock on his windows and stuff. But no, they decided to walk through the front patio door, go into my house, open the door to my room, and just stand over my face as I was sleeping because I was, I stayed up too late and whatever.
Yeah.
And then they were just kind of like staring there, and they poked me until I woke up, and I fucking flipped the shit out.
Wait, so hold on. You invited them over, and then you went to bed?
Well, no, because I slept in.
The day before, he invited them over.
I invited them over, but I slept in.
I think you invited them over,
and
I'm going to bed.
Fucking flipped out. I was like, oh, obviously it was them, so I was
I feel like that's on you.
That was totally on me. And they were laughing their asses off. They're like, hey,
that's
buddy,
so
sleepyhead, how you doing?
That's so funny. That sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
I had the basement in my old house, and on one side of the basement there was like big sliding double doors that opened up into the yard.
Yeah.
So what I would do when I would have people over a fair bit. Like just do big group sleepovers because we were so far, we were far away from everyone else. So it would just be like 10, 20 people would come over, and some would leave, but then like usually 5 to 15 people would just crash at my place.
Okay.
But what I would do is at some point in the night, people would go to smoke or whatever, right? Or we would go outside for a bit or whatever, and I would leave the door open, but there was like big heavy blackout curtains. Because when the sunset came, the sun would come right through. So if I ever wanted to go to bed when it wasn't like perfect time, anyway, so there's big heavy blackout curtains. So, but I would leave the doors open, and anytime I was doing that, I was always text neighbors and text friends, just come over whenever and just jump through the curtains and scare the shit out of people. So every 2 or 3 times a night, sometimes. Just random neighbors would come screaming through the curtains. Just like, a couple times, their dads would come through as well. Like my 2 neighbors, they were too shy to do it. So she had her dad, who was a chief firefighter, was this huge dude, just come screaming through the curtains one time. And everyone lost. Yeah, of course, everyone shit themselves. They're like, "Oh my god, we're gonna get murdered by this firefighter."
That's fun.
Oh, that's awesome. I remember that reminds me of a family. I won't say which family member did this because I don't want to out them, but they lived in out in Alberta, and this was years ago, probably when they were a teenager and had nothing to do in urban fields and fucking farmland. And since they were stupid kids and teenagers at the time and had nothing to do, on the highway, they would have, just people driving by and whatnot. So they thought, how can we freak the fuck out of someone? You know what? This could be a great April Fool's joke, but actually don't do it because it's honestly terrifying. They would I think it was a gasoline or something incredibly flammable. I'll have to ask again. But what they would do is that they would lay that on the road. Mm-hmm. And then they would light a match and set it on fire as someone was about to drive through. So they would light them, and the person in the car would obviously stop because they'd be like, "What the fuck?" And then they would come outside of on both sides of the highway and just scare the person and just start running at them and screaming at them. And then the car would just drive off. And then as they drove off,
I'm gonna tell you a story of how we used to barricade people and then rob them.
It's like, holy fuck, this is literally terrorizing a poor person.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He's probably they're 16, 17 at the time.
That's such a Canadian story.
Yeah.
You don't do that in Texas,
No, yeah, you'll get shot 100%.
Get shot. But in Canada, it's like, oh, we're so goofy. Where in Texas, if you ring somebody's doorbell, you get shot in the face.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's probably a long time ago, I'm guessing.
This is probably the 90s then, because
I was gonna say like
they were
pre-smartphones,
80,
pre-phones.
late 80s, early 90s. So yeah.
Jeez, that's traumatizing.
Yeah. a lot of jokes, a lot of goofs, a lot of gaffes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hey, buddy, it's just a joke. I light your car on fire. Hey, buddy, it's just a joke.
God.
We used to burn outhouses on the lake. I was thinking of gasoline.
Wait,
We used to take
outhouses?
Yeah, because eventually they get full after like 40 years of use, right? So when there's like 4 to 6 feet of room left, it's all like decomposed essentially into dirt, right?
Right.
You spray it down with water and then also like ash and a whole bunch of other stuff,
Okay.
and then you'll leave it for like a year or two, and you spray it down a couple times. And essentially, what it means is it compacts into essentially just dirt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shit. Like you would want to go in there, and then but you leave like 4 to 6 feet, and then you bury it, right?
Okay.
And then you mark it, so it's like. But then you have like this old, usually this outhouse, which is like a wooden structure, a little tiny room, right?
Gotcha.
That's 60 or 30 to 60 years old. So it was always like, well, it's not worth repurposing. Like some of them are nice. So we would bring them down into the lake in the winter and put them in the middle of the ice, and then we'd fill them with brush and then fill them with gasoline and then throw a match at it. And there's a video of somewhere of one of our outhouses burning, and the top they're always like vented.
Yeah.
So it's burning in the wind, and it has 2 columns of flame that are like 20 feet long, shooting out like either side of this barn, and just like kilometer long black smoke. Probably not healthy, but yeah, we used to do a lot of stuff with gasoline. It was a lot of fun. It was really hard to light it without killing yourself or blowing the door off. I remember, actually, I think we blew a couple doors off them, which was funny, because the outhouse door going flying 20 feet is... Well, yeah, because you pour the gasoline, it's supposed to aerosolize, right? So and then you got to figure out how to light it, but you don't want to be near it. So
you guys always say I'm a redneck because I grew up in Mission, yet you guys are burning outhouses and barricading people with fire in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but that wasn't like a normal thing. That was like...
No, it's not a normal thing. You're right.
We usually also shoot each other with BB guns. Kids these days, they don't know how good they got it.
They just got Skibbity Toilet and fucking Bluey. I don't know.
Toilet and whatever. We need Kari here. Kari's got all the Gen Z references.
He is. Yeah. Kari's the oldest. No.
Yeah,
he's the oldest.
He's older than me.
He's the oldest. He tries to stay young with all his Zoomer talk. But
he spends too much time on Discord.
Oh, also, okay, just for our audience that will watch this, does anyone, or even you guys, do you know where the LeBron memes came from? Because it's just like, Kari was posting those a couple days ago, or yesterday.
I don't.
No, I'm sure he watched some sort of fucking clip.
Yeah,
you started posting.
I didn't even watch what he sent. I just saw the thumbnail. I was like, that's going to be some roasted meme content that Kari thinks is funny.
Kari knows.
I'm just gonna...
Yeah. Kari spends too much time on Discord, and he's got too many roasted meme friends. Yeah. I don't want to blame his brother, but that's the only place I think he can get it from. That's his hanging out on Discord, so he shouldn't be in.
Yeah, Kari's a weird one.
Oh boy.
He missed the podcast. We're gonna shit talk.
Yeah. That's how it happens.
that's how it works.
Yeah, we've been talking constant shit about Kolton the last 2 weeks, so we can't.
Yeah, true. Oh my goodness.
Bro. We gotta do more Elden Ring. I don't know when.
Yeah.
That's been really fun.
Yeah.
Our progress is so slow. It's gonna take a long time to get there.
Yeah, it will. But that's fun. It's always something to go to.
Well, there's always like the point in those games when you can kind of just start beelining, and it's no big deal.
That's what we've been doing the entire time.
I know, that's what I'm saying, is we haven't had any time to like build some momentum and just run around and do stuff. I think we're gonna get to a point and be like, we all kind of need like 60 levels right now. What do we do?
In my level 1 run right now, I'm only about like 7 hours in, and we're already at the fire giant. So.
Oh wow!
You can easily
you can do that. Like, how many to beat the game? You have to beat obviously the final boss. You have to beat Godric, and then outside of that, I don't know which bosses you have to beat. Renala, you have to beat. Yeah. Is it just those like 3 bosses? Do you need to beat Radahn?
No. You only need 2 Great Rin Steven X to access the Altus plane. Because, literally just beelining to get all the weapons that you need and the upgrades. And then because I'm only using like a +4 weapon right now. Reduvia is like the blood one, because that just does bleed proc. And then my friend, she's using fucking whatever, some random bullshit. And yeah, it's easy peasy, easy game. Whoever has troubles with these games, get good.
I definitely have gotten better since because that was for years. I would like play them or watch friends play them. Like I don't get it. Like why would you like? It's just frustrating and hard, and you die, and you have to go back through the enemies. It took me a long time to get into one.
I think the thing that, I mean, one, like death being a tool for teaching is one thing, but also like this is coming from our raid background as well. It's like just don't do damage, and all of a sudden you realize how easy these bosses are. Like if you just sit and dodge, you can, within like 1 or 2 pulls, you'll be able to sit and dodge a boss for 30 minutes.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, once you learn how to do that, then it's like, okay, where can I start? Like the skill comes from how much damage can you do like per minute. It's really easy just to poke the boss out like once every minute or 2. It'll take forever to kill one, but you'll
just no
kill
fun.
it faster than if you're just
Yeah.
But knowing where that line is and being like, okay, how far can I push it?
Yeah.
Like that's why I always think all those bosses kind of go down after 10 turns, like 10 pulls. If it's not something really weird or stupid. I mean, the only exceptions are like some bosses like Melania and anything that's a 2-phase boss is annoying. But then also some bosses like Melania that have attacks that people don't know how to dodge, like her waterfall dance stuff, like the full hit. Like it's really, really hard to dodge if you don't know what you're doing. But
for people who never grew up in the nerd corner in high school or whatever, just letting you know, this is the conversations we have.
Oh, 100%. This is all we.
This is how you beat the boss by stripping them.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's all people talk about.
Oh god. But yeah, no, I totally. Yeah, Kate. Just to add on to that, that's why I think for most people, if you do want to get into these types of games, Dark Souls 3 and
play Elden Ring.
Play Elden Ring. That's honestly the gateway. But Elden Ring, and I started with Dark Souls 3 because it was quote unquote the easiest to get into. Just
but
because
I think it's
faster.
Easy for like similar reasons to Elden Ring being easy. Like there's a lot more options. It doesn't pinch you hard. It lets you gain momentum at the beginning if you want.
And I feel like the bonfire runs aren't as egregious as the first Dark Souls.
There's nothing as crazy with shortcuts as well. You usually just bump into them eventually.
But
I think never so much of the better game.
Yeah, I've still never played. I haven't beaten Dark Souls 1. I don't remember how far I got.
Oh, fuck 1. Don't.
And then I haven't played 2 or 3. But I'd like to do like stream.
What? You don't like 1?
Games.
I don't like 1. Yeah, once. I really don't like 1. I don't like games like that. I don't like linear-based games.
It's not linear. It's just
they're pretty linear. Like compared to Elden Ring, it's very linear.
Okay.
Like I would say something where it's super linear, right?
Like the level design, or just like the combat itself?
Oh, the level design.
What? It is it's like
linear.
Completely intertwined. It has some of the best like legacy dungeon designs.
But like the things that you have to do every playthrough are going to be like similar points that you're going to hit each playthrough. Where like Elden Ring, for example, like you said, you only have to.
That's for each playthrough. If anything, Elden Ring becomes more linear towards the end. It just becomes a boss rush fight at the very end.
I think that's only because people rush to the end.
It's literally you go from Morgoth, and then Godfrey, and then it's Fire Giant, and it's like in the snow. Once you get to the snow world,
if you ask people like doing Dark Souls 1s who don't know how to play Dark Souls 1s, like what was your first like 10 hours like, and like where did you go? It's going to be the same for all of them.
No, I got completely fucking lost. I went in completely
different
directions.
I mean, I guess, but I feel like Dark Souls 1 is like you're going to be doing one of the like 3 things, where Elden Ring is you just like go linear directions.
There are 3 ways you can start.
3 ways. How many different bosses can you start with in Elden Ring? There's the entire like
a lot. And you can also start a shit ton.
So many more
with Dark Souls 1 as well. No. You can go down to the skeletal horde, like down below, and get lost in there. You could go above, Or you can go down to the whatchamacallit, the underwater place where all the ghosts are.
Spooky.
Okay, that's 3.
Yeah,
But
that's
how
not
many
linear.
dungeons can you start with? No, it's compared to Elden Ring, it's super linear.
But the dungeons themselves in Elden
I
Ring are
think
just
this all
linear
started
and
with you
copy
saying
paste.
it was linear, and Colton, I think it's just saying it's not. He's not saying
Okay, it's
it's less
technically
or
not
more.
linear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like in comparison to something like Elden Ring,
Well,
it's
yeah.
not close. I just don't like those type of games where it's like the dev. If the dev has been like, oh, you should be going to one of these 3 places, even if that's what I'm going to end up doing, like with something like Elden Ring, I think I kind of did like the cookie cutter approach.
I disagree because it's the charm is that with the DS1 is that everything intertwines with each other, and then you realize, and then for the first half of the game, until you get the Lord Vessel, like you can't fast travel anywhere, and then it's like, oh, I actually have to memorize the map here, and I actually have to know where the fuck I'm going, and memorize where the map, how the map works, and then when you do intertwine and get back to a starting point, the initial bonfire where you land from the eagle. I'm totally blanking on the name.
I know you're talking about
Firelink Shrine.
Firelink Shrine. Thank you. Whereas Elden Ring, it's kind of like, okay, you have this open world, you get to go to so many places, but the only real places that you can go to in Elden Ring are the legacy dungeons and like the little itty bitty ones that end up being copy and pasted everywhere. That's my biggest critique about Elden Ring. So no.
I mean, you can go anywhere without. You only have to kill 2 bosses and then the end boss. You only have to kill Godric, Big Slime Boy, being the end boss, and then 2 other ones, right? Or is it just Godric and Arnala? I'm not sure. My point is, there's so many different ways. Like, if you want to just beeline to 2 of the bosses and then go beat the big worm at the end, you can just do that. Where I feel like DS1 through 3, even though they're all very different, are not like that, where you do have to go through and be like, okay, like there is different paths, but they've all been like kind of intended by dev. Where like there's no dev intending
it's
like how
called game
people
design.
No, yeah, but like if you look at Elden Ring, no dev is going to be like, oh, the correct path here, or like one of 30 paths we can think of. Like that's not a thing.
Right.
No, that's all.
But like I don't think that's. I think that's you just saying you don't enjoy that as much, right? It sounds like you're saying it's a shitty game because it's like.
No, I just think it's a little bit less.
You enjoy more options compared to like, cause I mean, you don't play any like story-based games for like.
I like games with the illusion of choice. It doesn't really matter if there's choice or not, but as long as you feel like you're making choices. Or I always felt like Dark Souls 1, there wasn't really any choices. Like every time I played it with like friends and stuff, they were like, "Oh no, we do this, and this," and I was like, "Well, this fucking blows." But if you look at anyone like if you go to Elden Ring with anybody, it's like, where do you want to go? Like it feels so much more open ended and doesn't matter. Where DS1 it felt like it was like, okay, we got to do these 10 things.
But I could say that exact argument for Elden Ring. It's like, oh no, we have to go to these 2 castles to get the medallion ring, to go up to the Eltis Rift, to go to and then by the end you're in Farum Azula, or go to the consecrated snowfields. It's like I'm going to beeline to the boss because that is an open area. Then go to Farum Azula, which is just a beeline.
But that doesn't feel as. Whenever I played DS1, it was like, here's a checklist, like a literal checklist of like, this is where we're going. And there wasn't really any choice. Whereas opposed to Elden Ring, it was just like, what do you want to do? That was just like how it was always like approaching it. I didn't play DS1 on release, though. Maybe that would have been better.
All right. Okay. We'll see what the YouTube commenters say.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have more words for you, Calvin, somehow.
Just getting yelled at again. I don't know. I felt Elden Ring was way more open than DS1.
Well, it's because it is. It's an open world compared to
That's
the
what
other
I'm saying.
Yeah. It's just you just phrase things like it's worse or better based on your opinions. Well, like even like when
I say something's worse at being an open world, I don't mean it's a bad game. I said
it sounds like that.
People are fucking stupid.
Well, even to us, it sounds like that. I think that's why we get into so many arguments, because it sounds like you're.
Well, no, I'll say something like very literal, and you guys will be like, "Oh, you don't like it." I'm like, "That's not what I said. I said it's worse." So that doesn't mean it's like I don't like it. Or it's bad. I mean, I don't like DS1.
Gotcha. Yeah. Anyways, I would still like to play those games.
Go back and play it, but I just hate what it looks like as well.
Just play the remastered version.
No, it looks like shit.
I've seen there's lots of mods and stuff
Oh,
you can
I
do.
got
to
actually.
enhance
I also
stuff.
had like such a bad experience with one because when I first started playing it, it was like the first version of it when it came to PC, which was horrible. I don't know if you ever played that. It was like it was like I think you had to use a keyboard and mouse. Like there wasn't controller support unless you installed a mod, which is crazy for a Dark Souls game. I'm pretty sure that's how it was for the first couple of years until
People play those games
remastered.
with jump or dance pads. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, just start out on. I don't think I've ever seen somebody play Dark Souls on a keyboard and mouse.
I think I remember watching a video of a girl or streamer.
I've seen more people beat it with dance pads than I have with keyboard and
It's
mouse.
dance pads. She did it with a dance pad and a controller at the same time. It was insane. Like playing it and beating it at the same time.
It was she was playing one version of the game with the controller, and then she had a second version of the game. So she was doing it.
Yeah, what was that?
That's insane.
She was doing did she keep them synced?
No,
I can't remember.
That's
No, but
crazier.
I mean, like, did she do both of the bosses on both of them at the same time?
Yeah. It was
Oh,
Miss Me.
okay.
But I mean, she's still fighting, like 2 Granolas or 2 Godric's or whatever.
Okay, here's one. Okay, 2 times Melania defeated at once, and the ultimate Elden Ring challenge run.
That's so crazy.
I remember seeing that and people being like, "What is this chick doing?" This chick
I
is
always saw
wild.
clips when it was going on. Like, this is, I can't even play these games. She's doing it on a dance pad.
And now she did it at. I beat Elden Ring with one hand at rune level 1.
Jesus Christ. No,
I mean,
thank you.
Elden Ring, I think especially, is one of those games where I feel like that stuff's easier. Because I feel like at this point, those games are very much solved in the way that it's all you have to do is just, like, if you have movement and you can dodge, you're never going to die. Like, ever, if that's all you're doing. And then all you have to do is add one attack in, and then just know your punishes that, like it's not like something where it's like, how did you do it? It's like, okay, we see how you did it. It's just huge amounts of patience. I mean,
Dance Revolution. Did you guys ever play those games as a kid?
No.
I had a Mario Dance Revolution.
What?
Yeah. It was for the GameCube. It came with a dance pad, and it was just like Mario songs. There was like a story to it too, I think.
Oh, Dance Revolution Mario Mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a pick that goes hard. Hold on.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Mario Yard. Yep. That's the one. Let me just pull.
So wait, if it's just Mario songs, do they like have like the DK song and stuff? Or do they have?
I don't think the DK one. I think
Or they have Toad going, "Hello, dance to the music."
The Mario. Okay.
Hello, party people in the house.
You say horny people in the house?
Party
He said party people.
Oh, you just said horny people.
Horny.
I mean, Toad is Little D. And...
All right. Well, we'll end it with that with horny Toad from Kolton.
Oh
Thanks
yeah,
for...
baby.
say
baby, one more time.
Yeah. Toad, do you want to sign us off? Say goodbye.
No.
See you later, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.